Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Sunday, March 24th. Welcome. I hope y'all have had a great 3 weeks since the last time. I've gotten quite a bit of stitching done. Um, I had big plans to get some FFOing done today, but Ryan's on his way to come visit me, so there's that. Um, Here, we'll start with here's a new picture of him from last week. You're getting lots of glare on it, but how cute in his little moose outfit. There are little meese on his feet. That's what my dad always said. If the plural of goose is geese, then the plural of moose must be meese. So there you go. Anyway, he's coming over to visit in a little bit, so apparently they're coming for dinner, but he brings his own, so he's coming to visit. His parents are going to eat dinner while they're here, so that's all good. So I figured I needed to go ahead and get my video done, and I'll worry about the FFOing later. Let's see. Welcome all the new subscribers. I've gotten a few lately. Quick little bit about me. Married for 28 years. Had to do the math. Have 4 kids, and you just saw my new grandbaby. So, before I forget, Colbin had asked, yours is the only message I did not respond to. I'm gonna knock stuff down. Colbin had asked what was behind there. It's an angel. She's made from scraps, and then only some of them on the top are painted. If I start sneezing, it's because of all the dust that I am knocking off of her right now. She's got like Spanish moss hair and quilted wings, except for that's cheater quilt fabric. But anyway, I bought her at a craft show, I don't know, 25, 30 years ago. I don't know. She used to be in the hutch in my dining room, but our cat Bartholomew will not leave her alone. So that's why she's been stuck up there, is because he keeps pulling her off. And on this shelf that she was sitting on, kind of at the edge of the shelf with the stuff hanging down, there's some crystal and glassware sitting up there, so I didn't want him breaking all of that too. So that's enough of that. I did stitch. I have been stitching. So we'll just go ahead and get to that. This is out of a magazine. I don't know what one. Why is it upside down? These are just like pages that I got from somebody off of eBay or something. Cross Country Stitching magazine. Now I'm dropping things. I don't see when though. 2007, but I don't know like what issue or anything. Anyway, this. I'm only doing like this section down here with, I'm going to end right here at this cat with the sewing machine stuff. It doesn't really matter. Look, I haven't gotten a lot. All I did this time, I think, was this basket right here. That's just part of it that the cat is sitting on top of. That one I did in an effort to touch all of my whips this year. So, for those of you who are new, I have a list of 20 projects that are supposed to be my focuses to finish for the year. What it really means is those are my 20 oldest projects. So, yeah, there's no extra focus. Okay, on Saturdays I work on something from that list of 20, but that's about it. That's as focused as it gets. I worked on this one. Be thankful. It's on my list of 20. That's why I bring it up. Imaginating ink. Bought this one as a kit. So here we are. I don't remember if I had finished the words last time. I think that all I did this time was back stitching. I think last time I showed you I had finished the words, but I don't really know. But I've gotten all of the pumpkins and gourds back stitched, and I got the basket done. Now I'm working on the vine and the, I don't know if that's pepperberry or pipberry or what, but I'm working on that where it's in the basket right now. I don't know. Because once I finish that in the basket, there's just a little bit more. All I have left is the vine underneath the Be Thankful, or the Big Thankful, whatever you choose. So I don't know. Maybe I could actually get this done this year. I don't know. We're not making any big plans. This was a kit called Our Home. And I'm just doing this part up here. It says, may your home always be too small to hold all your friends. Nobody comes to our house. So, and if you're new, I have a thing for welcomes, and nobody comes to our house. So, here we are. I think that I filled in around here. I don't even remember, because I think I worked on this one like in the 3 weeks ago. I think I brought this over a little bit and then filled in. Not that it matters, right? From Stony Creek, Spooky Welcome. This Sherry Burkett sent to me when she finished stitching it, because, you know, welcome. And here is where we are. I know this time I'm just coming across trying to fill in some of this. So I think the door and part of that ghost is what I did this time. Very close margins. I have to figure out some way to FFO it where that works. Because I am not starting over. This was out of the Cross Stitch Keepsakes Cross Stitch Calendar 2017. All I have here is a working copy. Paisley Pumpkins. And here's where I am. I just came down on this one. This is another one of them that was trying to touch all my whips. I'm trying to decide, because as you can see in here, that is all filled in. All of this is filled in with white on this pumpkin. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the black and let my fabric show through. What I'm trying to decide, and you tell me what you think, should I fill in that kind of gold color here or let my fabric show through? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Let's see. Out of the May-June 1988 Country Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazine. The front looks like this. I am working on this reindeer. And let's see, let's put this behind here so you're not seeing through it. There we are. This is a really thick, it feels like wool fabric. It's thick, but it's a nice smoky blue kind of color. And Really, I'm working on this is like the this part right here in the middle of him, and like all the harness and decoration and stuff. And Dawn, this is a needle minder that I did. This one didn't have a needle minder on it for whatever reason. And these are, I have several of them on projects right now just because it works and it's easy. It's from, this is a box of stuff from, it's in the scrapbooking section. All I did was color in his nose because that's good enough. I have to call out Dawn because I have been assured that the cross-stitch police will actually come for me. Out of your welcome, I am working on this one. And y'all, I went back to stitch on it and I realized that, well, here's where I am. You can see the letters starting to come in where it's just a little bit darker. What I realized is all of this that's not darker for the letters that say welcome is supposed to be half stitch. And apparently when I started it right here, I knew that. And then because when I started this piece, this color was what I had on hand. And then when I bought the other colors and I came back in and I was doing the red, I didn't know that. And so my choice was go with it or rip it all out. And I had like the red all the way down to here and stuff to see. This is the bottom. And I decided that I pulled out the half stitches that were right here. There weren't that many. And we have whole stitches and whole stitches. We're not, I even contemplated starting it over and, ripping that out at another date. And I was like, absolutely not. Not going to happen. We are not doing that. So, embrace the mistakes. If you can, go with it. The other stuff, it's not just where you're using the same color and you do a half stitch and then you do a full stitch so it looks darker and more full. They're different colors, so we're going with it. Out of Celebrations to Cross Stitch, Christmas 1991. You may notice a theme here if you're new. I stitch a lot of old things. I'm doing this white Santa. That's what he looks like. He's on my list of 20. You have to pardon how he looks. Here we are. And when I say that, it's because I have these threads. Uh-oh, I just dropped something. I have these threads everywhere because I'm back stitching. I have all of the stitches in. This is one page, and then there's another page to finish the bottom of him. And I've done all of the cross stitches. Here, that's not part of his hat. It's a needle minder. I've done all of the cross stitches, so I am now back stitching. You can see like where I've done his eye, where it shows up a little bit. I'm not done with the eye. That's just one of the colors that's up there. But I've done one of the colors on the bunny, which helps him show up a little more. And now you can see I'm right here. Where I've stopped is where some of them get complicated, because some of it I find a little bit hard to see, because in the instructions in the back stitch, it might be the difference between a green and a light green, and some of them are hard to tell what I'm supposed to be stitching where. But he's coming along. He's on my list of 20. he should get done. He should, but we'll see. This was, okay, I keep knocking lots of stuff off over here. Okay, this is a Hade. Cool Waters by Mickey Sinkarek. I don't know. Sinkarek, I have no idea. Anyway, I absolutely love it. This was my birthday start last year. So this year I am stitching it on the 6th of each month. Mostly there are a couple that I won't be, but like in May for Mania, I won't be stitching this on the 6th. But I started up in this corner. Here's where we are. This is as wide as the first page is, I believe. I believe that's how I've got it going. And so it'll just keep coming down. But I enjoy stitching on it. And I'm actually getting close to where there's going to be some other color coming in here. It's okay. I'm going to do it anyway because I love, love, love the picture. Let me see before I forget, because I will forget. I will show you where I'm at on my Solitude piece. It's all still in the hoop because I forgot about it already. So if I don't do it right now, I'll forget about it again because you know how that goes. Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe you're better at this than me, but okay. Solitude. My Mystic Stitch. And my goal this year is to get 3 pages done. I'm sorry. So this right here is 1 page, and then there'll be one here, and then another one that's this wide down here. That's my goal. But here we are. This is as wide as the piece gets. I'm at the end of the piece on that side. So I am pretty pleased. If I can get these 3 pages done this year, that will be the most that I've gotten done in a year since I started it. I think I started this in 2016. So basically I have to get 200 stitch blocks done a week in order to get those 3 pages done. So it seems doable. We'll just see if I can stick with it. Okay, now I won't forget. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was in my last video, maybe it was the one before that, I had talked about the mice storing acorns in a pair of shoes in my garage. They're in everything. Everything I touch in my garage, an acorn falls out. At least one. At least one. So, I know there are mice out there. Well, the other day, I was going out there. It was probably week before last, a couple of weeks ago. And I could hear when I opened my door, because I have to walk through the garage to get out here. This room is, well, it's attached to the house, but it's on the side of the garage. And so I have to walk through the garage to get here. And I could hear, when I opened the door to go back out, I could hear the rustling on the other side. And I was like, ugh. And then I saw the little mouse run, and he jumped off a box through the air and landed on another box and then disappeared. And I was like, great, great. I have confirmation. I know they're living here. I've seen them now. Well, then one day last week, I don't know about where you are, the June bugs are horrible around here right now. When Dax and I get home after work, because it's always late at night, The porch lights are on. Kirsten leaves the porch lights on, and our front door is usually covered with June bugs. I know it's only March, but so the other morning I was coming out here, and I had my cup of coffee, and I came into the garage and went to turn on the garage light because when I get up and come out here, it's still dark. So the light wouldn't come on, right? I'm pretty sure the ballast needs to be replaced because sometimes it does that. And the light wouldn't come on, and my coffee cup is full, so I'm taking a sip of coffee, and I feel a lump in it, which is a June bug, which has made it between the kitchen and the garage door into my coffee. I just drank it, and I'm trying to spit it out, and the light won't come on. I'm standing there like, and I can't get the light come on, and I can hear the mouse over here beside me rustling through things. It was awful, y'all, and the light finally came on. I was like, please, God, please. Don't let me die this way. Don't let me choke to death on a June bug because I'm terrified of the little tiny mouse that's over here. It's not right, y'all. It is not right. It's always fun and games in my world. I'm just telling you. Winter in a Cup. I got this on Etsy. Yeah, I have no idea what that says. So, if you can see that. Winter in a Cup. You can probably just look that up. Heather Confetti Stitcher was stitching this. I saw it years ago, and I'm pretty sure she has finished hers, but I had to go get it started. This is another one where I'm touching on my whips this year, and so we're still working on the blanket down in the bottom, but I am actually at a spot like right along here. I'll be able to do some of this shading. Like I'm actually to this part where there could be another color. Another color could come into play besides the 14 shades of blue. This pattern, if you like it and you think you want to stitch it, and you go to Etsy to find it, and I haven't looked, I don't know if it's still there because I have no idea if that's a Russian designer or not. It's been years. It has a lot of blends, so you have to be ready for that too. From Snowflower Diaries, hold on, I gotta get that too. I had big ideas about what I was going to get done, but if Ryan's coming over to visit with me, then I'm not going to get things FFO. Anyway, from Snowflower Diaries, their Joyful World Stitch Along, I finished May. It's so cute. I had concerns. I had big concerns because hardly any of it was done. But I got it finished this month, so I'm thrilled. That was my goal, and the month's not over. I also worked on June. It will be my goal next month to finish June. So I have concerns because June is not near as far along as it should be. But I did work on it this week and got this tree finished, and I'm almost done with the bear. So that makes me feel a lot better because that bear is a big chunk of the stitching. So going forward, I'll have him to finish, this down here to finish. I have part of it started, but then this and then that's not so much. That's not so much. That does not scare me as much. Sorry, I keep getting stuff My phone keeps making noise. Abigail has been trying to call me, and now she just sent me she's mad at me emoji. Let's see. This was one of my new starts. Country Cottage Needleworks Ornamental Joy. And this is another one of those. I made a needle minder out. Another one of those little wood things. Here, I'm answering her. Sorry. That's not gonna. I didn't get very much done. And you can see I haven't colored my needle minder again, but that's just a little part right here at the edge. That's it, that little arrow. But I was going to start something else. That's what I had planned, and I needed B5200 for it. And when I had gone to Michael's, they were out. And so I hadn't had time to go get my floss. Look, I don't even have a real bag for this. I don't have a real project bag. I don't even have a Ziploc bag. But anyway, and then the next one in line, I was missing... I had the floss on my list to go pick up, but I hadn't, when they didn't have the B5200, I just didn't buy anything, so I couldn't start that. I had to look for something that was kitted. So I dug, because I don't do that many, I don't buy that many kits. And that is one that Addison got me for Christmas, and she kitted it. That was my Christmas gift, the whole thing kitted. So that's the one. It went way back. I did not go in order. But maybe it's a lesson. I should buy more kitted things, because pulling floss from my stash, everything that I pulled, because I pulled over 100 colors for the Paula Vaughn quilts that I'm starting each month. It used up, it pretty much wiped out most of my stash. I mean, I still have a lot, but not a lot of colors. So anyway, that was a long way to say I had to dig around for something that was kitted because I was too lazy to go through the process. So there you go. Homespun Elegance from the Country Spirits collection, Scenes of Summer. This is one that Sherry Smith had sent me in a box of goodies that she sent me. And last time I just had the R done. And so now I've got the E and grass. And look at those sheep. Are you kidding me? Those are so stinking cute. I had to get down there and do the sheep. I couldn't help myself. I am using DMCs, and I think they're called for, but for the letters, I had Blue Corn by Classic Colorworks. If you've been around a while, you know I have some blue. I have some blue. So that's what I'm using for the letters. But those sheep, that's all I'm saying. Those sheep. I'm not just throwing stuff on the floor. There's a tub down here that I'm putting it in. Cows and More Cows. Doing the American Gothic cows. This is on my list of 20. I'm closing in on getting the brown finished. I really am. This color goes down like maybe to here. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hopefully next time I can finish that color, and then I can fill some of this in and move on to something besides his coat. It's taking forever. And the thing about this is the white is not stitched on this piece, which should make it really quick and easy. But on their faces and this dress, I've got to fill it in. I won't fill it in on the cloud or anything that might be white in the background, but on them, I have to. I have to. It's on my list of 20. I don't know. Without filling in the white, it doesn't seem like it's that much more, but with filling in the white, it's kind of a lot. One of my new starts since the last time I saw you was this little kit from DesignWorks. These are, I have 4 of these little kits. Each one is different. So this is what I'm doing for the kids this year for Christmas ornaments. They're Christmas ornaments. If you're new, I give them Christmas ornaments every year. For the last several years, I wish I'd started when they were babies, but I didn't. This is one that I've knocked down. Oop, I think I see it. I was trying to grab it with my foot, but I couldn't quite reach it. It's tough. It's tough, I'm telling you. Okay. It's this wreath. There you go. I've gotten that much started. It's part of the bow here. It's one of the colors of yellow in the bow. Looking at it now, it looks a little pornographic, but one day it'll be a wreath. And I'm very proud of myself because I actually separated out the floss, which is not like me. I had this little flower. It's scrapbooking stuff, but it works perfect to separate all that stuff out. It works good enough for me. I'm not usually one to do that, so I'm proud of myself. This is a Mirabilia, Santa's Magic. And it's kind of, I know it's hard to see his face right there. There isn't much of his face that shows. But I'm working down here in the middle because it was a page that I made a copy of in the middle. I really, really enjoy working on this. So there we are. This time, mostly what I was doing was filling in up here with that goldish kind of color. And it's so sad that you can't see all of the, because like this is all Krynic and sparkly and beautiful. It's too bad it doesn't show up that way because it looks really good and I really want to keep working on it. Every time I pull it out, it wasn't always the case, but I've gotten there. That's on my list of 20. I don't think it's going to get finished this year. This is Janlin pattern. I'll take it out. It's called Ruffled Feathers. I call it Rooster Pin because I can call it what I want. This is on my list of 20, and I'm thinking it's a no for this year. But here we are. This time I think mostly I filled in some of this and came down here. And backstitched. I backstitched around the eggs. Hay needs to go in there. And I started doing it, but I didn't like the way it was looking, so I pulled it out. So I don't know what I'm going to do now after that. I worked on my Coca-Cola Santa. This is one that's from wanting to touch on my whips. And here we are. I filled in a little bit more of the red here and did the buttons. Just because that's a lot of red. So just kind of, you know, mixing it up a little. This is another needle minder from that little package. Eventually, I'll either paint him or use colored pencils. I think that's what I used on the last one. I don't know, maybe markers. I don't know. But eventually. I can say, though, that grabbing these old ones, that going through whips that haven't popped up on my little spinner wheel and stuff like that, and just pulling them out and working on them is making a huge difference. Not in what's been done, but I find that I really, really want to stitch on them, because usually I do those generally on Saturday and Sunday along with whatever else. I just give them maybe 30 minutes, and just because, put something in, do something on them. And it makes me remember that they're there, but also want to stitch on them more. And it's really weird how the same stuff comes up over and over again, spinning the wheels, because they're all on there. So, I don't know. Okay. Dimensions. This is an old Dimensions. It doesn't have anything fancy. Nothing. There's nothing fancy. I can tell you, I am not putting all those dots in the background. But here's where I am. I put in this spoon this time, just because I didn't want to keep stitching on the coffee pot. Sometimes I need to feel like I accomplished something, and by putting in these 2 spoons the last couple of times, I actually, put it in and it's finished. It'll have to be back stitched, but that's not that big a deal. I at least feel like I got somewhere with it. That was it. That was the last one. I didn't even realize. I hopefully, actually, when I FFO the April Joyful World Stitch Along, by the time I come back, it'll already be April, and it will be hanging up at the office. So I guess I'll have to show you a picture. I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's all. That's been, all the big fun stuff, exciting stuff. Other than that, we're at the office working all the time. All the time, it seems like. We work until about 7 or 8 every day, and then on Tuesdays and Fridays, we work until about 10 or 11. Last night, we were supposed to go to the shot Olympics that our friend was having, but unfortunately, their daughter-in-law found herself in the hospital, which I need to remember to message them in a few minutes and ask them if she's doing okay. So they had to take care of the grandkids, and it's really okay. I mean, of course it's okay that they had to cancel for that. I mean, absolutely, family comes first. We have been trying so many shots in order to try to come up with our entries into the Olympics that I don't want to go to. I don't need any more. Oh my gosh. It's been a lot. So whenever they reschedule it, and if we can go, and I've got them figured out, we don't have to come up with new ones, because, anyway, really, that's it. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Welcome new subscribers. Somebody else that I watch, it's not Flosstube, but on his videos, he says, to be sure and like and subscribe and tell all your friends. So there you go. Tell all your friends, because I'm sure they want to come watch these too. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful 2 or 3-ish weeks, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.